I know this is sudden that you could see my face, but I just wanted to try it out, you know? So don't count on every video having my face in it. So yeah, there's that. Let's just move on. So as you can see, my sketchbooks are empty. I can't do a sketchbook tour, so instead, I'm gonna do a time-lapse tour because I have a bunch of those and I don't really know what to do with them. So I'm gonna show you guys them and I'm gonna talk about whatever I can remember. I mean, some of these, I was literally listening to like smutty romance books, but we'll get to that. I feel better holding a mic, so I'm gonna use this lip balm as my little mic. It helps me talk. So I have a Speedpaint folder and I have a Procreate folder. I'm not doing this in any specific order, so it might be kind of a mess, but we're just having fun here. So a lot of these are kind of like historical alternate universe type art of my OCs, and this one is of Zabella. And I don't know why I do this, but I always have like a huge canvas and then I draw small on it, so I apologize that you're just gonna have to look at a little thing on the screen, but hey, at least I'm here, right? I wanted to draw Zabella in how she would look in historical romance attire, kind of like a portrait thing, like a little watercolor drawing of her, even though this is not watercolor. I don't know, I was just like messing around with it because I had been doing a lot of portraits with alcohol markers and I kind of just like wanted to try and see how I could do that same style on Procreate. And then, like, to fill up the empty space of the canvas, I also drew her in a half body or whatever based on this painting that I found. But then for some reason Procreate just like completely like skipped the speed paint or the time-lapse part of me doing the sketch. Like, look at it, it just like appears and I'm like, okay, what the heck happened? I remember being like so confused when I went to go check out like the time-lapse and then it just like completely skipped it. Only got the coloring in, but hey, at least you got to see something, right? And yes, I did not paint the chair because like no one wants to do that. I just think she looks so beautiful, and I wanted to put like a little feather on her hair like how the Featheringtons have in Bridgerton or whatever. And then I wanted to do the same for Sydney also, and the goal was to do this with all of my characters, including Jules, but I only drew Jules once and I don't have the time-lapse for that because I didn't really like it that much. But here is Sydney, and she's supposed to kind of have the vibe of like Girl Next Door more, where she's a bit nicer, where Isabella was like more elegant and regal. She is kind of like a bit more playful and I don't know, I guess like more Cinderella-y, even though she is not in Cinderella's circumstances in this AU. It's just that I wanted to draw her in blue and a bit more playful type of looking dress. And then the best part of this is when I drew her in her half body form, where I found this painting of this woman reading a letter, and I thought it was really cute because I was like, oh my god, what if in this historical romance alternate universe Jasper is like her admirer or her suitor and he's writing letters to her? So I made it be from Jasper, and it might be one of my favorite like things I've drawn of Sydney so far is of her reading this letter, and I'm like, oh, I really should like doodle more of this world, of this alternate universe, but I just haven't gotten to it, guys. There's so many things I want to do. I'm just a person who just does so many things at once, and so I entrap myself in like a sea of like to-do lists. And really the only reason I'm doing this video at the moment is because I did it impulsively and I just like, you know, like did it right on the spot. A lot of these are gonna be my D&D stuff. I work on my iPad when I'm watching whatever it is I'm watching on the couch, and so I get to just doodle whatever I want, and they're not necessarily like for videos or anything, so a lot of these are for D&D. And I wanted to draw some of the NPCs that are in my D&D campaign with my sister, and I was trying to practice drawing men. I mean, that first one looks really good though. That first body. But I guess I didn't go with it, or I was saving it for another character. But I wanted to draw this two NPCs who are married to each other. One of them is this gross, creepy guy. No one likes him. He's inappropriate. He's disgusting. He's supposed to be creepy, lanky, and just like gross. I wanted to visualize that, I guess, and I mean, I think I did a pretty good job at it because look at him, he's absolutely disgusting looking. His wife, this girly, she's girl boss, absolute bad bitch. And you might be wondering why is she married to this gross guy? Because arranged marriages. She is a hobgoblin, the other guy is a high elf, and she is this awesome hobgoblin woman who has no time for her husband. She finds anything, any excuse to be away from home and like travel by herself and just like not be around her husband because she doesn't like him. And I haven't colored this yet. It was very fun to draw her because I love how she turned out. Oh, actually, I guess I kind of tried to color it, but I didn't go through with it because I was lazy. But yeah, this is Mr. Robert Kilmore. And Lady Azalea, his wife, she prefers to use Lady Azalea instead of Mrs. Kilmore because she's like, gross, I'm not a Kilmore. Now this one is my sister's character in that same campaign. And I'm not trying to hide it, guys, I just traced this painting that I found on Pinterest, which was painted by Joseph Caraud, French painter from the Victorian era. My sister picked this painting out actually because my mind's blanking. I was telling her to find or pick out a painting that I could recreate, just insert her character in. And my god, this time lapse is like kind of messy because I honestly didn't really know what I was doing. Her campaign is basically set in kind of like a Cinderella type thing, but instead of Cinderella being the main character, what if the stepsisters were the main characters? We made these two twins who are the stepsister to a very Cinderella-esque character who is perfect and stuff, and we're the annoying ones. We are the obnoxious, annoying ones, bright colors, harsh to the eyes colors, and so her character's name is Olympia, and she has this bright colored orange hair, very like, you know, those types of wigs and stuff, bright purple dress and all that. And my character, who you'll get to see next, because I drew both of them, I painted both of them, has a very blue color scheme rather than purple. And this was so fun to do because I got to just mess around and just do whatever I wanted. It was just for myself. You know, it's kind of very rare these days that I do personal art, and even though this is my sister's character, it's still for myself because it's for our campaign. Obviously, the highlight of this is the dress, because even though I traced, when it came to the dress, I tried to just do it by reference, just by eyeballing it, you know, looking back and forth, and so that I could learn a thing or two about how to draw this type of fabric on a dress. And I think I did pretty good. But yeah, very fun. I want to do this again because it also helps me kind of learn. It's almost like a pseudo study of these paintings, and I really want to be able to do these paintings from scratch so that I can insert characters into this type of thing. And honestly, I just ripped off the background from it. I gave up on trying to draw it myself. I just really want to like insert fantastical type of people into these types of paintings because it's fun. And yeah, so this one is of my character who is named Cordelia, so she is the other twin. And this one I did not trace. I actually kind of started out tracing, but then it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do whatever. I went about this a different way where I blocked in a general shape first and then kind of like sketched over it a little bit and then just went straight to painting. And it was a very fun process, but it was also a very turbulent process because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just looking at a bunch of historical portraits as reference and trying to somehow translate that into a portrait of an elf, you know. And somehow, some way, I found my way with a bunch of adjustments and Sargent's oils brushes, I think, on Procreate. I found the style that I was looking for and I reached this point. It's still very work in progress, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna work on it again. I might just kind of leave it like this because the hair is kind of difficult to do and I kind of don't want to tackle it in this moment in time, so I might just leave it how it is at the moment. And I do want to do a portrait of Olympia, also the other sister, in this kind of style where it's zoomed in so I can like really get in and do the details of her face. So this is a kind of an old one. This was me trying to create a new cover for Julia Quinn's book Splendid, and if you're a fan of Bridgerton, you know who Julia Quinn is. She is the author of the books that the Bridgerton Netflix show is based off of, and she is the author that like launched me into reading historical romance. So one day I went to Barnes and Nobles and I bought a couple of her books just to try out. Splendid, this book that I'm recreating the cover of, or like replacing the cover of basically, is her first, I think her first book. And let's just say, I should have picked something that was not her first book. Usually an author's first book is not very good. To this day, I still have not finished this book. I have a lot of problems with it. I don't like some of the things in it, so I don't think I will ever finish it. So I kind of just wasted $8 at Barnes and Nobles, but at least now I have a copy of it with my art on it. Actually, let me go get it. Here it is. Here it is. I printed it out. And I just have a book with my art on it as the cover now, and it felt really good. It just sucks that it's not really a book that I like. It would be awesome if it was a book that I liked. And I even have like annotations, and most of the annotations are red for like red flag stuff. Yeah, like most of these say ew on them, and this one right here says ew, 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 ew. Sorry, Julia. Sorry, Julia? Sorry, Julia Quinn. This is not it. So here is a commission from my friend of her Final Fantasy 14 Mikode, and this is currently my like colored sketch style that I do on Procreate, and I actually want to open these commissions again because they're really quick to do and I can just do it while I'm chilling watching like, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z or something. This one turned out so well. I love the way I did it, and I just hope that I can like replicate it when I draw another character in this style. Like there's something about like the colors that I chose that really speak to me right now, and I'm like, wow, I kind of ate the way that I rendered her face. It's a little different from my usual style, and it's more detailed, and I was just having a lot of fun kind of just doing whatever came to me at that moment. And if I do open these types of commissions, that is my goal with it, is to just be able to have fun and be like, oh, what if I did it this way, what if I did it that way, and just like not think about it too much, you know, and provide someone with some good art of their character or whatever. And now I'm gonna interrupt to thank today's sponsor, me. I am today's sponsor. I just wanted to remind you all that I do have a sticker shop where you can get stickers of my characters, prints of my characters, and also just stickers of a bunch of other cute things. My current most popular item is a mini grab bag of 25 small stickers. All of my stickers are waterproof, including the sticker sheets. So if you like my characters and if you like some cute animals, Pokemon, or One Piece, then please go check out my Etsy shop that's linked in the description. It would help me out a lot. Every order comes with a thank you card and a freebie, so even if you buy one sticker, you're guaranteed to get 2 stickers. That's all for today's sponsor. Thank you, me, for sponsoring me. So this one was a commission. What's annoying about Clip Studio Paint time lapses though is that the maximum resolution is like I forget if it's 1080 or 720. I don't know. It's just like, it's just not the standard like big size. So like I have to stretch these videos a little bit. This feels silly. This feels silly holding this, but it's fun at the same time. So this commission, this character was super duper colorful. It had these cool green glowing horns, and I jumped at the opportunity to draw them. The thing about how I work on these is I like to listen to podcasts and stuff, which kind of solidifies the experience in my mind as a memory. But with this one, I don't really remember what the heck I was doing when I was working on this. I might have just been listening to music, so it wasn't like a super significant memory. But I will say, I do have the actual footage for this. I made it into a Patreon exclusive and posted it as like a full video with no voiceover. So I don't know, maybe I could still use that one day now that I don't have a Patreon. But for now, you're just gonna see the time lapse. What's bothering me about this though is her face. I don't know what I was doing last year. I think this was last year. It's like when I draw in this style, in my like usual style, I guess, it's kind of like I forget like facial anatomy. Like it's not usually something I struggle with when I do semi-realism, but then this one is like, why the eye is like that? It's always a thing that I do where the one of the eyes is lower than the other, and once I started to notice it, it started to really bother me about my art. But that's that one. I went with a very colorful background because colorful is fun. Oh god. Okay, so this one is a little embarrassing. This one was a Final Fantasy commission. And this commissioner had been really wanting to commission me to draw their girlfriend's Mikode from Final Fantasy XIV. They had tried to commission me a couple times, but it just scared me and I kept rejecting it because they wanted a background. And if you've been following my art for a while now, I'm not a background girly. Okay, I don't engage in the backgrounds until recently, and they wanted a background of sunflowers, and let's just say that the sunflowers weren't sunflowering. Okay, I feel really bad honestly about how I did the background here. I was very transparent in telling them that I'm not very confident in drawing flowers. 1, I'm not confident doing flowers. 2, I'm not confident doing backgrounds. And so it was just a really bad combination, but their character was cute and I felt bad because they really wanted this commission. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. You know, I know I can do this character well, so I'm just gonna do this and we'll see what the heck happens with the background. But I mean, you kind of saw it already. So we'll get to that later. So for now, actually it's not a Mikode. Wait, is it supposed to be a Mikode? I think this was a thing that I did where I thought it was a Mikode at first, but then it's actually an Aura. All of this is gonna sound like gibberish if you have no idea what Final Fantasy XIV is, but basically these are the races in Final Fantasy XIV, and this is actually really fun to work on. The actual character itself, the hair had an ombre in it. It was just fun to render. They wanted me to draw a basket of strawberries. That was fun to do also. And I will say though, the thing about Final Fantasy commissions is some of the outfits in the game I do not like, and this is kind of one of them. I'm not a fan of this outfit in game. I was just trying to make the best of like having to draw it, trying to get past my bias against not liking it as an in-game outfit, because hey, you know, this is art. I could still make it look good in my own eyes as well as the commissioner's eyes. So I was just like, okay, let's do whatever. And there was like these keys and stuff. But the strawberries, I feel like, is the strongest part of this piece, oddly enough. They look so good. I think the basket looks so good. I want to gobble up all those strawberries. And now that I look at them, actually, those are kind of like huge strawberries. In proportion to her, they look pretty big. And then we get to the background, and I mean, you saw it a little bit earlier when I was lining. I tried to line the the sunflowers, I tried to make them look a little good. It just wasn't working out. I couldn't draw the sunflowers the way I wanted them to look, and so I drew them like how a 5-year-old would draw them. Commissioner, if you're watching this, I apologize. I apologize that you paid for this, and that is the background I gave you. I think the girlfriend really liked it though, the person whose character this is. I think they liked it. At least the character and the strawberries were good, like, but the sunflowers, yeah, no. So this one is another commission. God, my mic's upside down. All of these are commissions, actually. This one was a cute one. It had a lot of potential with the colors. I was actually really excited once I saw the character, because the character, if you could see, it's very small. It's very small. Why am I drawing so small right now? Has orange hair and like a turquoise bluish type of dress. And I was like, ooh, complementary colors. That's gonna be really fun to draw. But they wanted her to be drawn in this pink and green outfit. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted. It's a fairly simple outfit, but there is a pattern to it. But I was like, whatever. I was trying to be like out there with the pose, or like not out there, but I just wanted to step out of my comfort zone with the pose. And I did this pose. I do feel like it could have been better, but I'm proud of myself for doing this like challenge. It is looking a little stiff, but I tried my best to the best of my ability at that time. I will say though, these shoes are very, very good looking. They were fun to render. They were fun to line. I don't know what compelled me to do them so detailed. I don't know how I did it. I do not know how I did it. The pattern was fun to do. I just like did a little small version of it, and then I repeated that, and rendering it was just fun. And honestly, the shoes was my favorite part. The colors on it were really good, and I feel like I'm repeating myself because I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? What do I say? Like, what can I say? The shoes were fun to draw. And the background for this one, I think, is actually really cute. I like like the effect that I did with it, or whatever. I don't know. Just, yeah. Running out of things to say about this one, so let's move on. This was a character design. Honestly, is this even working? The thing? Whatever. This character design was also a commission, but they wanted me, actually, it wasn't a character design, it was an outfit design. They had this like bee type of VTuber with like honey dripping down the hair. It was a very fun character design. And they wanted an outfit that was something along the lines of a bee florist. So like someone who worked with bees and also flowers. And I was like, fun, fun, fun. And from the sketch, you can already tell that I gave up on the hands. I gave up. I'm hiding them. I'm fully hiding the hands with the bouquet because I did not want to draw the hands. Oh no, I dropped my mic. Whenever a commissioner gives me free reign on outfits, it's always fun because I could just do whatever I want. And with this one, I remember sending them all the color variations and having them pick the one that they liked the best. And this character had such fun colors too, because like obviously orange and yellow were the main colors because honey and their hair color is orange. My favorite thing about this is the little accessories that I put on like hanging off the skirt, or not the skirt, the apron there, and also the buttons that are on the apron. Very, very cute. And also those bees. Those bees are really cute. Okay, so we are entering glam sheet era. If you don't know what a glam sheet is, it's like this commission style that I was doing that was basically I draw your character in a character sheet, sticker sheet type of way, where one is a half body and then the other two are bust shots like this and up. And I was charging 300 buckaroonies for these, and some of them I feel like I ripped off the person because the anatomy on the face was all whack. Like this one, they specifically asked for the half body to have a pose where they were using magic and I was like, ooh, fun. And then I got to it and I was like, this is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do this pose. And you can see that I initially tried out an interesting pose with a magic, and then I like chickened out and I changed it to like a very stiff looking one. If I can redo this commission, I would definitely do like a more interesting, a little bit more spice to the pose where she's casting magic. Cause like, bro, it's magic. Like, make it interesting, right? Like, woo, woo. But no, she's just going like that. Ooh, fire. No. It's boring. And I also got to have some fun doing the different outfits for this one because they provided different dresses. But man, the way that I draw faces has changed so much that looking at these, it's making me like just want to redo them, because I'm like, I want to redo the face because like I'm seeing all the things that I don't like about the way I drew faces back then. And this was only last year. This one is fan art of Dislight. So if you don't know what Dislight is, it's a gacha mobile game like what's it called? Genshin, but mobile. Had a lot of fun with the game. I was really drawn to it because of the art style, and the character designs are really cool. And I was playing this game. I got addicted to it for a while, even spent 10 bucks on it at one point. And this girly here, she was probably the one that I kept getting the most in the gacha thing. I kept pulling her, and I thought her character design was really nice. From the moment I first saw her, sounds like I'm talking about falling in love, but from the moment I first saw her, I knew that I wanted to draw fan art of her, and I finally got to it at this point. Once again, I kind of wish that I drew the face differently. I actually posted this time lapse on YouTube before my channel started to really grow, and that was back then when I like didn't know how these things worked, and I uploaded this video with this aspect ratio, not knowing that if you upload a video with a vertical aspect ratio, it's automatically a short. And I was like, I thought like my video just like disappeared into the void because like I couldn't find it. And then lo and behold, suddenly like 2 months later, this video has like, I don't know, like 30k views or 20k views on shorts. And I was like, what? Where did this come from? How did this happen? My favorite thing to draw in this one is that skirt. The skirt was really fun. It has like this gradient. Oh, and the wand turned out really good too. With the flower on it. God, these character designs are so good. I really should do more Dislight fan art because I feel like I'm saying this like 50 times in this video. They look fun to draw. They're very colorful. They're not boring, and they have great silhouettes. And I really should do that again. It's just I have so much to do, guys. I mean, I barely got this video out. So this one is the one that I was working on. I remember vividly working on this, and I was listening to an audiobook of a Mary Balog book that was historical romance smut. Basically, it was about like this mom who found out that her marriage was bigamous, and so she's like, and also her husband died, so she's a widow now, and she's basically going through like a midlife crisis in the year 1800 or whatever, and she runs away. Like the mother runs away from the family and like runs away to the country, and she meets like this old flame that she had, I guess, like this guy that would flirt with her when she was younger, and they decide to run away together. Let's forget about our responsibilities and abandon our families for a little bit. These like, I think they were like at least 40 years old. They had children that were fully grown adults and stuff. And they just ran away to the guy's like summer house. Keep in mind, this historical romance is very scandalosa. And they were just in that vacation home for like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, getting it down and dirty. And and eventually their families find them and force them to get married. Like, kind of crazy, the fact that usually it's the parents forcing the kids to get married, but in this book it was the kids forcing the parents to get married. I didn't end up finishing the audiobook because something about it just like didn't vibe with me. I wasn't really drawn to the main characters, so I didn't finish it. Wow, I did not talk about the artwork at all. I just talked about this like erotica book that I was listening to while I was working on it. Sorry about that, Daxie. Sorry. So here's another glam sheet of Final Fantasy. Come on, we all see it. We all see the huge boobies. That was my favorite part of this piece, was the huge boobies. This is a Mikode, a cat girl, basically from Final Fantasy XIV, and they are wearing this outfit that is actually one of my favorites from the game. Let's just say the chest area is very exposed, and it was fun to do that. I got to challenge myself by drawing boobies. Because believe it or not, I actually don't get to draw boobies that much because for some reason, when I design my OCs, I design them and they have small boobies. I don't know why I never give them big ones, but this girly had big ones. It was fun to shade them. Other than that, the hair was also really fun to do. Very curly, long hair. This one's a long one though. Oh god, like I don't really know what else to talk about. I kind of just talked about boobs so far. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, the line art. Look at the line art on that half body. I kind of put so much effort, honestly, too much effort into that line art. You can see by the end of this that I didn't actually overpaint that much because I thought that I did so well on the line art and I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to cover it. So I wanted the line art to be very visible. So I didn't want to cover it up. I'm going into crisis mode right now because I'm like, oh god, there's kind of still a lot of speed paints to get through, a lot of time lapses to get through, and I'm already kind of running out of things to say. So we'll see. What else is there? This is a Skyrim commission. Fun. Fush Roda. I haven't played Skyrim in a long time, but I think the armor might be modded, and obviously the antlers are modded, but it was a very cool looking Skyrim character. And so I was like, oh hell yeah, let's do this. But it's not one of my favorite commissions just because of how it turned out, because I kind of went on like a downward slope with this one where at first I did the half body and then I was like, ooh cool, this is great. And then I kind of like almost went through a little like art block in the middle of it where I was struggling with the face. I was just generally struggling to draw it in a way that I liked it. And then by the time that I was coloring, I made a lot of mistakes. Like I think like the armor just confused me a lot, and I missed some of the things. Like I colored some of the things wrong, some of the details. I forgot to color some things in. I forgot to put some highlights in some areas that they should have been in. You know how like sometimes a piece just kind of reminds you of like a bad time? This is one of them, although I wish it didn't, because I really do like the character and I wish I could have done as well as I wanted to on it. I hope the commissioner doesn't feel like ripped off or anything. Look at the boobs on the one where she's like reaching for the sword. I mean, even that like kind of looks weird. It's just a very like stiff and awkward pose. But the half body looks really good. I don't know what happened. You know, it's just like sometimes these things like they mess up your process and you're like, oh god, what do I do now? But I got through it and it looks decent enough. So this one was in my era of art trades. I had I think like at least 3 art trades during this month. But the other 2 art trades, I did not hit the record button because this was when I didn't know that Speedpaint had an option to just automatically record time lapses instead of having to manually press the record button. And this is my friend Kelsey's character. My friend is a VTuber. This is kind of like her like assistant for stream character, who is her like bot in chat, kind of. Very cool design. It kind of kicked my ass though. The thing with Cal's design is that they're so detailed and so complex sometimes that they scare me. But it's a very like good way to challenge myself. And this kind of kicked my ass. I mean, just look at those belts, those garters, whatever they're called, and those keys. Oh my god, those keys, they absolutely kicked my ass. Very fun to work on, and I think I did well enough, and I hope Cal's liked it. Had a lot of fun drawing the little cute bunnies around, and yeah, overall just a very fun piece. Oh god, I don't want this video to be too long. It's already been 48 minutes in my current recording. I hope this video did not turn out too long. I might have to cut out a lot of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you want more. So I didn't really think about how to end this video, so I'm just gonna go. Bye!